How
Go
many
ahead.
you can answer in
All right,
10 minutes?
I'll be quick.
Okay, ready? Number one, who did you look up to as a child?
Scientists like Einstein.
Wow. What three words best describe you?
Learner, reader, teacher.
What's the craziest idea you ever had and actually acted on it?
Dropping out of school.
Wow. What's your favorite thing to do in your spare time?
Other than reading, I love to play tennis. I love to play bridge. Those are my two big hobbies.
Okay, sports. What's one weird or peculiar thing about you? Skip?
That I stay up too late, because I'm reading something interesting, and the next day I think, oh, why didn't I go to bed earlier? I should have more discipline.
Okay. So, what wish would you make on your 100-year birthday? 100-year birthday.
I hope my brain is still working.
Okay. What are you most curious about?
I'm very curious about artificial intelligence.
What's the definition for success?
Whether the people close to you love you and feel that you've supported them.
Here's a long question. Many Chinese often see programmers as guys wearing glasses and checked shirts who always stay in and start a romantic relationship late. Do you see yourself like that?
Well, I was kind of a nerdy guy. I wasn't good at talking to girls. My social skills were late in developing, if they ever did. So yeah, maybe.
Okay. If you can switch one day with anyone, who would it be?
I think there's, people who live very interesting lives, but, I don't really think I'd switch place with anyone. If it was just for a day, it'd be fascinating to see, what it'd be like to be good at different things. But in general, I feel I'm, the luckiest person there is.
Okay, that's the answer. What would you do if you can go back and be a 20-year-old again?
Well, I guess I'd work on AI.
Okay. You're the richest guy in the world, so there are so many questions relating to money. Any pressure from having so much money?
Well, there's a responsibility to give it back in a smart way. There's sometimes the visibility. I worry that my children get kind of a distorted experience with people coming up to me or expecting them to be a certain way. But overall, I feel very, very lucky to have the chance to give it away.
What does money mean to you?
Well, we save lives for less than $1,000 per life saved. So it means that I get to give bigger budgets to the great people who work at the foundation.
Okay. How much cash do you bring with you when you go out, usually?
A few hundred, nothing special.
Okay. Do people often come to you to borrow money?
No.
Okay. What will you do if you lose all the money one day?
I'd find a job.
Okay.
Maybe I could write software.
Here are some questions about your views on family and friendship. What quality in a person do you value most?
Loyalty.
Loyalty. Who is your best friend?
Other than my wife, I'd say Warren Buffett.
Okay, cool. So when you are distressed, you will share with your friends or family members?
Oh, probably family.
Where and when did you meet your wife for the first time? Still remember?
Yeah, I certainly remember that. We met at a Microsoft dinner in New York.
How did you propose to Melinda?
Oh, pretty conventional, on my knee.
Okay. Do you wish that your kids can carry on doing what you do?
No.
Why?
Well, they'll have their own abilities. It's not a dynasty. Their skills, their interests. Their fathers shouldn't determine what they do, and I'm glad they didn't, choose to do software like I did. I think one will probably be a doctor, one will be through policy. Each their own thing.
But I heard that you don't allow your kids to use cell phone before they are 13, right?
Right.
Why?
Oh, just because it's a distraction.
Okay. People are curious about your time management. So when do you get up in the morning?
8.
8. When do you start to work and how long do you work every day?
You know, I'm traveling quite a bit, but if I'm not traveling, you know, I'll usually work from 8 until 6. And, you know, I'm reading at night, which is a lot work-related, doing email that's work-related.
But do you work on weekends?
Yeah, I work some on weekends. I mean, it depends on the kids and what their activities are mostly.
Cool. How many hours do you sleep a day on average?
I sleep about 7 hours a
7
night.
hours. How much time you spend on your phone every day?
Very little. You'd be surprised how little.
Which app on your phone do you use most?
Email.
Email?
Outlook.
Okay. Do you use Twitter and Facebook, and how often do you post on that?
I do. You know, usually at least once a week I like to post.
I know that you just joined the WeChat service. What do you think about WeChat?
WeChat's been incredibly innovative. As you said, with my annual letter I joined, now this is my account.
Oh, that's the code.
Yeah.
For the foundation. Wow. Thank you. That's the best promotion for the WeChat.
Yeah, you bet.
Thank you, thank you. We know you have quite some hobbies, such as reading and learning. So what's the last book you read?
It's called Stranger in My Own Land. It's about the divide between sort of right wing and left wing in the United States right now.
Which book that you find most helpful through your career?
Well, The Art of Computer Programming by Donald Knuth is a very profound volume that not enough people read.
Okay. Do you like music?
Yes.
Which type?
I like almost all music.
Okay. Who is your favorite singer?
Bono.
What's your favorite song?
You know, these are a few of my favorite things.
Okay. Maybe you can sing?
These are a few of my favorite things.
Thank you. What's the last movie you watched?
The last movie. Which one was it?
Manchester? Oh.
Well, Manchester by the Sea. That was very good. I saw that a few weeks ago.
Oh, really? And what's your favorite destination for vacation?
Sandy Beach.
Okay. Do you cook?
No.
What's your favorite food?
I like lots of variety of ethnic food. Chinese, Indian, Thai.
Oh, really?
But the thing I eat the most is cheeseburger.
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 Okay. Have you ever been drunk?
Yes.
What will happen if you got drunk?
I'd be silly.
Okay. Do you go to the gym often?
I go to the gym maybe twice a week. Then I try to play tennis twice a week.
Okay. What's your favorite sport?
Tennis.
And do you play online game?
Some. Online bridge would be the primary one.
Bridge. Do you keep any pets?
Keep.
Pets.
The family has 2 dogs.
Okay. Let's finish the interview by some political questions. I know you just met Donald Trump, right? This Monday. So what did you talk about?
Well, he's early in his administration, but you know, I'm hoping that his commitment to fund innovation and help other countries, including poor countries, remain strong. You know, there's a lot of priorities in the budget, but those are the ones I hope he emphasizes.
What's your opinion of him? I mean, Donald Trump.
I only met him for the first time in December, and he's been, you know, super nice to me in terms of spending time with me and asking questions. everyone's hoping that he does a really good job as president.
Have you ever talked about China with him?
Yes.
Wow, what?
Well, I think the U.S.-China relationship is very important, and I think understanding each other and where we could help each other more, where in some ways some things aren't likely to change. I think we should both take a long-term view, and it's been a strong win-win relationship despite some tensions.
Well, last question. Many Chinese people suspect that Donald Trump is going to employ different policies, China policies on trade and security and Taiwan issues, and he will be tougher. So, if Donald Trump needs your suggestion on United States-China policy, what will you say?
Well, I'm a big believer in the two countries working together, and I think you've seen him start to really appreciate the depth and the importance of the relationship. I'm hoping this April meeting that I have with President Xi goes well. In my own small way, I'll do my best to make sure the countries understand each other.
Thank you so much. Thank you for answering so many questions. I hope this interview could help the Chinese learn you more and know the foundation more. Bill Gates is not only the founder of Microsoft, is not only the richest guy in the world, but also a leader of the world's biggest private foundation.